On camera, yeah, lit. On camera, the shit. On camera, on camera, on camera. Hey. Popping out loud, no manners. Bitch getting geeked on camera.
Hey.
Now she ain't worried about shit. Go ahead, do it on camera.
Check him out. Look, yo, this should do.
Try to throw it back like a dancer. Hey, look it up bad on camera. Hey. Hey, some little splits on, you on drop.
Hey,
you know what I'm
man,
saying?
that's
Stop
what I'm
playing.
talking about. But look, this should do Uncle
yeah.
Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior. Yes, we back with a
On
banger. We
camera.
back in here, you know, in STWF Studios, live from Arlington, Texas. And man,
Yes,
we
sir.
got JDon, man, a
Hey.
Dallas native in the building. Y'all definitely check him out. JDon is charting, a recording artist from Dallas, Texas. This On Camera that we just came in is his song. He popping, is popping. So
Yes,
look, I'm about to
sir.
get him on camera.
Yes,
Let us know what's out, man.
And see, that's part of the big concept anyway. Working with this music stuff, man. Just that song right there, gravitating to people on camera. A lot of people loving it, staying with the date, staying with the time. One of the biggest songs I got right now and leading up to it. So I definitely appreciate the love. I'm glad to be out here too.
Facts, man. Talking about the love, you know, you're from Dallas, you know. I've only been in Dallas a couple of years. You know, I've grown to love Dallas.
Okay.
You know, I'm lying. Well, I did love it. It's the Cowboys, bro. It's the Cowboys. Sorry, look, y'all know I rocks with the Dallas, man. You know, it's the Cowboys. I'm a Saints fan, but you know, like I was, you know, been in South Oak Cliff, you know, Oak Cliff, America. That's what Yellow Beezy say.
Oak Cliff, America. Yeah.
So, what part of Dallas is you from?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I done lived all over Dallas. I know I'm born and raised in Dallas, but I done lived in Mesquite, Pleasant Grove, South Dallas, Oak Cliff. Yeah, all over. I started off in South Dallas though.
Okay, with the South Dallas swag.
Yeah, South Dallas, you already know it.
All right, so is that the home of the Shag? Or how did that go? What's
man, they
there?
had the Shags rocking. We still got the Shags out there. I ain't rock no Shag. I ain't had none of that, but they definitely was rocking with the Shag. They still rocking with the Shags, but I ain't never had one or nothing like that. But matter of fact, I done had to tape a fade all my life. So
with the boosted fade? Okay, I knew I liked it for a reason, man.
I already had this all my life. I ain't never changed. Probably ain't gonna change. I ain't getting no mohawk, no nothing like that. So.
Wow, you know, and you say like you've been different places, and I think that's just pretty much ingrained with who you are. Like you're looking like you know, you're a leader.
Yeah.
And because you know you've been all in different places, it's like in New Orleans we have a such thing we call a gumbo. You know, it's a combination of a lot of things, but it has its own distinction.
Right.
You know, and it's just like what you said. You know, you from Dallas, but you've been all over. So you got all of that. You got the Gritty Grove. You know what I'm saying? You got the police pull you over in Mesquite. Hey, bro, look, let me buckle my seat, man.
Nah,
look, I'm nervous. Just sit there, man.
Nah, seriously. And it's crazy you mentioned gumbo. That's something that.
Hey, sorry. Look, hey, you know, they was trying to get us, man.
Oh, no, you
that was the police. Man, that was Mesquite police.
Nah, with you said you mentioned gumbo. That's kind of how I see my music in a sense. I know we'll probably get to that, but the creation of like how I view myself and how I view my music and what I'm doing is like gumbo. You putting the whole thing in the mix. You got so many different flavors, you know, but at the end it's gonna taste good. So that's exactly what it is.
Facts. You know, that's a pretty good analogy. And you know, the fact that you know about gumbo, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love gumbo. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not from the NO, but a lot of people they introduced me to it and it's smashing. So it's smashing.
Okay. All right. That's the first time I've heard someone say gumbo smash, but I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a pass. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I've been out here, you know, and Dallas is known for a lot of barbecue, you know, a lot of barbecue. So you know, I've had On the Bone, I've had the Pits, you know. So what is your favorite, you know, barbecue place in Dallas?
Straight up, I ain't gonna lie to you. My pops, he don't miss no barbecue dates or nothing like that. When Memorial Day, whatever it is, we ain't missing no barbecue or nothing like that. So with that being said, and I recently here I done tried to get off some beef and pork and all that stuff. So it's really not into it as I was. But when I was with the barbecue, it was I ain't got the chicken legs, man. It's just simple chicken legs and chicken legs and ribs.
What?
And ribs. They sound plain. I know it sound plain, but chicken legs and ribs.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I had a cat come from Memphis. He said like they used to do barbecue bologna.
See, I don't
you should have seen your face on that.
Yeah, I don't know about barbecue. That's the first time I done heard about.
Yeah, exactly. Same here.
Barbecue bologna.
Yes.
I guess I have to. You know, no, don't knock it to you. I guess I gotta try it, but I ain't never.
Hey, I ain't trying it. I
bet the train ribs, legs, chicken wings, the plain stuff. Shish kebabs.
Those
two.
Okay.
But other than that, no, it's straight plain. I don't really do to the burgers or nothing like that. I don't really.
All right, so
But
shout out to when you came in the studio, Pops. You could tell he's a he's an eater. He came in with food. You know what I'm saying? He like, hey, bro, I know my son coming in here to be on camera, but what can I eat, bro?
Yeah. Nah,
So can you cook?
can I cook? I've been asked this question before.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell
I
you.
thought I was kind of unique
No,
with that one.
no, it's cool. I'm gonna be straight up.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get some good sandwiches out of me. You gonna get a nice. You like egg salads. I don't really do too much gourmet stuff. I'm still getting to that. My mom, she does all that stuff. But right now, if you come to you want a meal, hamburger helper, you gonna get some good stuff. But it ain't gonna be like the gourmet. You ain't gonna have all the. I don't know what they be
so you
having.
trying to say you cook a mean bowl of cereal?
A mean bowl of cereal. Actually, with no, I drink almond milk. I don't drink.
Oh, he fancy.
And I don't even put it in a bowl, man. I use a cup.
That's some hood shit right there. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. So as we trying to get more into JDon, where did you get the JDon? Like, how did you get that name?
Everything with me is real authentic. So even with starting my name, it didn't take too long for me to come up with my name. I started off JDon, my first name legal being Jamar, my last name Donnell. So I just took the J from my first name and the first 3 letters of my last name, Donnell, which is DON, and just put JDon. It sounded good. Don means boss, leader.
So I like that because I thought it was like you was trying to Cap coming here saying with the Versace suits and the big old hair and say play that you were Don. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm telling you, I had that picture in my head, man.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got that out. Let everyone know that what that means, man.
Yo, first of all, Don, to me, what a Don is, to me, I don't know what everybody else say, but it means, like he said earlier, a leader. Don is a boss. Don is somebody who takes care of their business. Don is somebody who never quits. Don is somebody who, for me, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Don is somebody who ain't never gonna give up at any situation, and you take care of your business. That's straight what it is.
Real talk. That's and that's authentic. A lot of people, especially in this rap game, in this industry, they try to, make up this facade that, they prove to be not.
Yeah.
So and I think, we're gonna, and then, when it becomes that they not, and then, they're a one-hit wonder.
Right. Yeah.
So, you have a lot of singles that you came out with. Yes. You sound like you have a catalog. We were jamming that on the way in.
Yeah.
So, what inspired your music journey?
I guess want to say long story short on this, because it's can be a lot that I can come from in a lot of ways. But I actually started off on the instrumental side. My first instrument playing from the 6th grade was trombone. I started off playing trombone from 6th grade all the way. Matter of fact, I still got 2 semesters to finish. But before I even started doing music, which was a couple years and a half ago, I was in college finishing up my music performance degree with trombone. So it started like that with music. So music has always been in my life. I've always been around. My whole family does music. So it's just one of those things that I fell into.
Now, it's crazy because you say, I feel challenged, I shout out to you, on the music, start for music. But then you play trombone.
Yeah.
That's what I play.
Yeah.
I used to be in the back while I'm having the dog. My family be like, bro, they be like, man, and that's how it was when they first started. And then they be like, how, you got better at it. But you know what I'm saying? So what was your first?
No, that's true though. I'm sorry to cut it.
No, cut me off.
That's so true. I mean, I was playing in the house, practicing in the house with trombone, having fun. And then, mom come in, she
shut that shit up.
Go to the garage or something. Like, put your mute in. And once I got practice mute or something like that.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Wow. That. So, with you having this music background, the tones, the different, different tonalities, different sounds. So, how it's a greater appreciation when you have the music. So, when you making your music, when you starting your art, starting your craft, you do for the melody first. Like, how does that process start? Is it you get the lyrics, then find the beats, or you try to get the melody?
That's a great question. With me, with the music, and I like I said, I've gotten this from actually some upcoming artists myself. They asked me of how I do it, but with me, it's almost like storytelling. I come up with a concept, I live life and let it come to me. and those are usually the most authentic basis things that everybody can gravitate towards. So by me living life and just understanding the concept of things like on camera, at this time, everybody being on camera, everybody got their phone, everybody trying to do whatever on camera, good stuff, bad stuff, whatever it is. But that's the basis of it, is the concept. I come up with the concept first, and usually the concept itself has the melody inside of it. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I do
I
that.
like that. I like that. Because a lot of things right now, people be false storytelling. They be they be capping.
Yeah.
But in their things, and it sounds like your whole brand, your style of music is authentic.
Yeah,
So you try to talk on life experiences,
yeah,
or
yeah. That's basically what it is. Um, yeah, and I've been around. Like I said, my family did party all their life. They did music. They party all their life. They been in the clubs. They just been around. So with my life growing up, I've always been around my people that's been in the clubs partying, or just straight up just sharing the love, being around family, not being out doing crazy stuff. Uh, so with that being said, that's what my music is. It's more of party, more of having fun, living life, nothing that makes you think anything negative or anything like that. So that's where it comes from.
All right, cool. So, shout out to everyone that's viewing. We appreciate y'all. We see y'all in the comments. Y'all keep them comments coming because, our shows are interactive. If you have something you want to say to JDon, say it. So we got Facebook user, Tuquan Watt. He says,
Yeah.
who would you want to collaborate with on a track if you had to choose one?
Yeah, great question. It's a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of people. I've actually been thinking about this stuff because when I go back to the gumbo, I'm not in a box. I make a lot of music. So different lanes of different people will come in those areas. So, but to answer your question, one that overall I've been thinking about, I know everybody goes to, the top people and stuff like that. Recently here, a guy named Rex Life Raj out of the Bay Area in California. I've listened to a bunch of his music since I started doing music, and it's helped me as a person as when I'm growing. So outside of the Drakes, the J. Cole's, the John Legends, and the all those people like that, Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Hey, I'm a whole fan.
I'm a whole fan too, man. So I would say Rex Life Raj, just on the upcoming side, just to say that with melodies, storytelling, just being living in your truth and just making that type of music. So that's why I gravitate towards that. So Rex Life Raj for sure.
All right, so definitely want to we see some of your musical influences: Michael Jackson, Kanye West, Drake, John Legend,
Yes.
Rex Life Raj,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, Future, DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
So the first one that sticks out to me is Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So what is your best Michael Jackson song and impersonation? You got to be, you're in music, so let me hear.
And that's another thing too. See, Michael, he had different songs for the people too. No matter if it was Party like Rock With You, or if it was something like the older song, which was Starlight, that turned into the Starlight.
Yeah, you got me in here doing band drills, man.
Yeah. So he just got different songs. I think We Are the World. He has so many songs. I don't think I can really pick out a favorite song right now, to be honest. I really can't.
Okay, I could dig that. Dig that. So, the cat's out the bag, man. These comments are jumping. So we want to take another comment. We got Jessica Perkins. So, you know what they want to know?
Okay.
So they want to know any collabs in the works with Cobra.
Oh, in due time things happen. So, we don't give a yes or a no. We just kind of roll with the time.
All right. So, talking about collabs, being from Dallas, and having your eye outside of Dallas, because you just not stuck to one genre. That's what I just looked across, with your musical influences. So, with you understanding music, you can do music or collabs with anyone.
Yeah.
Have you ever been inspired by this, uptick in this, Dallas appreciation for the music?
Oh yeah, just the whole music scene in Dallas itself.
Yes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I talk about that all the time with my team, as far as like with the roots of just Dallas and how the music even started. Like that's where the party, the boogie, the whole, even that kind of matches up going and branching into the New Orleans sound with the bounce and stuff like that. I just want to say with that, the music scene in Dallas is gonna help me a lot, because I grew up jigging off that stuff. I grew up, dancing. And so that's always gonna be a part of me forever, no matter what it is. And then like I said, my dad, even before I even started doing music, he was around the scene, so he knows about all that. Matter of fact, I get a lot of information from him about certain things. If I
Ah.
ask questions about like how was this back then, or in the '90s, or how was this music, or how how things led up to how they are now. So, but yeah, it's always gonna be a part of me with the
So I'm, now they would say like, back in the days, this Dallas music was real cutthroat. People, like would cut you, would cutthroat you. Like, they won't collaborate with you. They won't let you get so far. So you think the rap game or the industry is a little bit more, in the Dallas scene? Is it more together now, or is it still that cutthroat? Does it still have those gatekeepers at these,
yeah.
establishments?
That's another great question. To be honest, my one word for this is growth. I watched
Mm.
I watched I heard Bebe talking about this not too long ago. Yeah, shout out
Hey, that's my
Bebe.
little dog,
Shout
man.
out
That's my
Bebe.
homie.
Yeah. Shout out Bebe for real, man. The truth. I heard him say about the Dallas scene growing right now, and how it's just he sees a lot of upcoming artists doing their thing and finding their way. So with that being said, yo, I see it growing right now. I know a lot of my peers that came out of college, they actually started doing music themselves. They were instrumentalists,
Wow.
and now they're doing music. I just see a real great growth. And also, he mentioned something else, baby. That is everybody's so worried about being the first. There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with being second.
Wow.
And my thing is, that's so true to me, because the mindset of collaboration, the mindset of bringing things together, I feel like you can't reach the maximal potential with any song without it takes the producer, the engineer, another ear, maybe someone from somewhere else. But I just think that's the ultimate thing that I see is growth, people working together, different sounds of music, people making different, like at one time, I know they said it was just a bunch of, they say gangster music and stuff. Like now I'm seeing pop in Dallas. I'm seeing all types of stuff and soul, just a whole bunch of fusion stuff that's coming together. Afro fusion. It's a lot of stuff that's going on that I see greatness in with this city. And I think it's just in time that a lot of this stuff is gonna come to light.
Good, great answer. So, where's your creative space? You know what I'm saying? When where is it in your backyard, in the
Yeah,
shower?
yeah,
Where is it that you be like, you know what, I got to go here where you think you're connected?
yeah. The room,
Which room?
just my bedroom. I ain't gonna lie, it's just the bedroom and the studio. But it usually starts in the bedroom because
Bedroom boom?
yeah, no, okay. I didn't say the boom part.
I was like,
I just no. The bedroom. I know it sound like
I was like, wait, is that a
no,
song?
the bedroom. Like I really just when I come home from work. By the way, I work at Amazon right now.
Okay.
And, when I come home from work or whatever I'm doing, I always go to the room and just think about my day, think about what's going on. I got a lot of stuff. Everybody got a lot of stuff going on in their life. Either you try to act like you don't or you do, but everybody do.
Right.
And I sit at home and I really think about, my family. I think about my music. I think about where I came from, where I'm at right now, and the blessings and everything that's going on, because I'm literally seeing God's work
Glory.
as we're going through all of this. And that's another thing. We don't do nothing without him.
Right.
So, but yeah.
All right, man. I like you. Sound like you're an upright guy, man. I'll let you marry my daughter, man. It's like shit, So that's good that that's what lacks, now, in this industry, substance, because now everyone pays attention to the rollies, to the bling, and to the to the stuff that's really can be here, gone tomorrow. So it's looking like you're trying to last. So gotta ask you a silly question. What was your first heartbreak?
First heartbreak. If it's taking me this long, I don't think I've been heartbroken.
Oh shit! Okay, because they got the women in the in the chat.
I don't know. I'm thinking I ain't been down that road before. I ain't been
okay.
Heartbroken.
So why is it that? I mean, you don't have the time. Like you just focus, because it seemed like you say you come home from work, you just get focused.
Yeah. Heartbreak to me, I see where that word comes from, heartbreak, but to me it's more just like a learning experience, because I'm saying that because even in high school or middle school, people would talk about heartbreaks. They talk about how they got their heart broken, but do you really know what your heart being break? You know how that feels.
Right.
And to me, I feel like I've been through a lot of situations, whether it's females or just jobs or just anything. Like heartbreak. I don't think I've ever been heartbroken
All right,
because
cool. Well, so I mean, it seems like
yeah,
you one of the guys that focus. Hey, the glasses have substance in there. It doesn't matter if it's full, half full, or whatever. You're thankful for the glass. So, where does that inspiration go? So, shout out to Veronica Charles. She asks, so what inspires you to keep going?
it's a lot of things. I'm gonna start off with my son.
Wow.
My son, I have a son. He's 11 years old.
Okay.
Very mature, just like I am.
Enjoy it now, because when he gets 17, you're gonna have to put some upcuts on him.
Yeah, I already know it. But yeah, nah, he reminds me a lot of myself, and so that's very priority for me now. Taking care of my priorities is the biggest thing. So, but yeah, my son. Sorry, I get stuck on that stuff. I think about my son.
I
so
see you
much,
getting
it's
all
like,
emotional, man. Hey, someone
yeah,
pass me
yeah.
some tissues.
Yeah, man. No, I just
Crying is good on camera.
yeah,
It gets views.
it's a big priority. That's one of the main things. My family, we've been through so much. Everybody's been trying to accomplish things, and I feel like my mom, she's in real estate right now. She's doing well. A lot of people in my family are just trying to find directions, but motivation for me.
But you say you mentioned something about. Oh, sorry, you said motivation. Well, I'm listening.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, just motivation for me. It can come from a lot of things. It can come from a lot of things because I can take one thing and it'll motivate me.
Where did you gain this appreciation from? Because I mean, you said that y'all been through a lot of stuff, man. It sounds like y'all went through Katrina with me. You know what I'm saying? So tell me about this stuff that y'all been in. You say your parents, they're partiers, but you come in here well put together. Yeah. So that means you got a lot of ass whippings, or you got punished a lot. So how did this come?
He said got a lot of but that's one thing growing up with my family. We've always been, like I said, we grew up in South Dallas. We all grew up in Dallas. So everybody talks about trying to make it out of where you're from. And where I'm from, and I know and I've seen, it's not always good. It's not always good. So with my situation, I seen a lot of stuff. I feel like I was the person who was able to see different things that other people went through. And I was able to learn from that before I got to that. So with that being said, even with my dad or my mom, there's certain things that they would tell me, and some people you might take it, you listen to them, and then you not use it. For me, I took all that stuff and I learned it and I applied it. So, but yeah, that's the basis of it.
Wow,
I'm very rooted. I don't.
You sound like it. I can tell, and I'm trying to get you unrooted. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get in your business. But so I mean that goes into your music. So, it's like, where do you get because I listened to it and it was like I had whole types of genres. And I like one, music where I could just do my I could do my little thing, my little jig off. You know what I'm saying? We pop it after that. So I also heard some music that, could be played in a strip club.
For sure. And that, like I said, that goes back to the party. Like when it's time to step out and do it, I got songs for that as far as, and I got to go back to the basis of this. With my team that I'm all in records with my team, they've definitely taught me over the years, the first couple of years, that it's not always about, in the most respectful way, it's not always about me.
Wow.
Because there's other people who feel certain ways too. So with me going into lane of party, clubs and stuff like that, knowing that that's already inside of me, it's just something about creating a lane for other people to have fun as well too. Because I know for myself, I'm not just a sad, nobody's just sad all the time.
Right.
People want to be happy, people want to get out and go. So with my lane of just party music and stuff like that, I actually grew into that as well. And people telling me, hey, like, you'd be good in this lane, or you should make stuff like this. And then it just happened like that. But
all right, so who's the biggest starter in the industry that you've met?
That I met? It's a good question. I've met a lot of local artists. I've met a lot of people outside of the city and the state, but I don't think I've ran into anyone major. Like if you're talking about major.
Yeah. So let's say in the event you do meet one. Who's your biggest star? You say a hoe. Like, what's the person that you would have your fam on? Like, hey, I want an autograph.
Drake.
Drake, you're a Drake fan?
Drake.
Hey.
Oh my God. If you ask me a song, I definitely probably know it from the old to the. But I'm just saying that because I've been listening, and that's the weird thing. We all grow up listening to music, but it was once I've always felt like Drake, I've been able to gravitate towards his music just watching his story and just watching how he is with his family and outside of just the music thing. So with that, that's what kind of gravitated me towards him with his music. So, and just him as a person and how he carries himself, like professional, just staying true to yourself and not switching up just because of, you know, maybe people you're around or what people are telling you. You've always stood consistent and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
because I mean, just like with that, you know, there was when Drake came out with this singing, you know, and he was the first part with that. You know, everyone was looking down like, hey, that's not real rap.
Yeah, that's
you know, it's like, but he still stayed consistent and believed in what he believed in, and now he's the number one. You know, he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
So, you know, do you see yourself like? Do you see your work ethic as a GOAT? Because you know, you like I say, all your, you know, your people that you relate to, all your influences, they're GOATs.
Yeah.
So do you feel you have the work ethic of them?
Yeah, straight off, yes. But my thing is, I do a lot of studying. So it's not that people see the ending goal. They see the music, they hear it. But do you know who's around him? Do you know the team? Do you know, just more than the music? So but yeah, it's not anything that I haven't been taught or learned myself that my team hasn't discussed with me. So, but yeah.
So you're ready for the light? Because I mean, when you came in here, you know, I was like, hey man, you got some, you know, you'll ask you some questions like, hey, wait for the camera.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you feel that you was that groomed?
Well,
from your team?
I really think it's, first of all, it's in me. It's in me. Even when, like, I go back to band, I was the section leader. You know,
hey man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring my trombone
all throughout high school. I was a section leader, so I had to, the rehearsals. I had to lead the rehearsals, from outside marching bands to the inside of the concert band. I had to lead the section rehearsals and stuff like that. So it's always been in me to make great things come to light. When I see something lacking, I'm always that person to like, hey, can we let's do this to make this better. Let's do this to make it better. So that's just the type of person I am.
I'm seeing that. And what you say, you know, you can tell you have great leadership skills. You know, you come in here, you know, you sit as a, you know, upright, you know, you sound like that. So, you know, you keep bringing up this band. I want to know what school you play for.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, well, in high school, shout out to the Cardinals. All my people in MacArthur and Irvin. So I graduated from MacArthur.
Okay.
And Irvin. But as far as college, my Lions know A&M Commerce, Texas.
Okay.
And East Texas. So, but yeah, all my people over there, shout out to y'all. But A&M Commerce, that's where I played at. For sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you was heel toe?
Yeah, I mean, wait, huh?
You was watching heel toe? How did y'all march?
Yeah, heel toe. We had to. It was like, it was so many techniques because everybody came from different high schools. So we had to learn a specific way according to that band director. So it was heel toe. But we had, you
should have seen. I'm glad I was across the table. You was like, huh? Like,
it's been a little, but like, that's what it was all through. And like I said, a lot of people came from different high schools, so adapting to that marching style of what we had to do, it took a little minute, but it was heel toe.
Okay,
smash
cool.
The toothpaste. That's man, it was something I don't want to get too into. Yeah, it's just, I'm just glad that the heat that we was in rehearsing is not like today. Man. It's almost the same, but it's not like it is.
All right, so we're gonna get to the, your video. So tell us a little bit of information about, so you got the on-camera video.
Yeah. Okay. That, like I said about gravitation, it started with the music. Even before the video, my production has been leading up so well. Usually I would just start off just grabbing something from somewhere and putting my feel on it. But starting from the jump with making on camera, like I said, the concept, the melody, the idea behind it, that really was something I was able to do well. I want to say about the video, that was the first time where we knew when you got something or you got a nice concept, you want to be able to bring that to life. And that's something that we were getting better at. And on camera was kind of like the official video that we were able to portray the concept and get out there to people.
All right, so tell us about that process. I mean, because like doing a video is difficult in its own.
Yeah.
And finding a team. So, what was that process? Let us know what it looks like.
Yeah, that's very important because, and like I said, I got a very good team that they do their best to steer me in the right direction and not, my team, there are people in my team that have failed. So with failing, they're able to teach me how not to go different routes. Everybody gonna fail in some type of way, but to not go in certain directions and keep me away from, what they've been through, it's been real good. So I just have to say that they really helped me understand the quality of everything that we're doing. It's not just put something out because I can go with like I said, this is my beginning of my 3rd year. It's the beginning of my 3rd year doing this. So with my team telling me, hey, yo, like, don't do this, or if you have a great song, know if you got something hot is the main thing. Knowing that you have something. So when you have something, it's like you want to put your best foot forward. Right. You don't want to have a great song and I get it, in the beginning, budgets and stuff like that and trying to find different people. But if you want to gravitate to the people and really show who you are and do what you got to do, you got to put the time in. You got to put the thought process in. You got to put the money into what you want.
So how many hours was it? Were you up late? How many hours was it into this video?
This video only took like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Wow.
To shoot. We already had the location and everything, so it was just kind of, that's really all my videos that I have. It doesn't, like I said, concept, going there with the concept, do the video, and yeah. So it didn't take too much.
All right, cool. So we got the video here. We're gonna play it. So can you, tell everyone, what was the thought process behind On Camera? Tell us about that. It didn't introduce the video.
Yeah, initially, On Camera, like I said, everything in the times, we see everybody on camera, no matter what it is. Initially, the phone being, because mostly everybody has a phone.
True.
So the concept on camera, everybody being on the phone, it doesn't matter if you're dancing, it doesn't matter if you're cooking, it doesn't matter if you're working out in the gym, it doesn't matter. You're on camera, you recording yourself, so that was the main thing. So getting people involved in your everyday life, you're on camera doing something. So whatever it is, and that was a gravitational pull towards that. But yeah, and then the video, it's like everybody on camera, but at the same time, we having fun with it. So you got to find a way to have a party and then include what everybody's doing, and that's how it came about. So,
all right, cool. Well, introduce it. We got it here. We about to play it.
On Camera by JDon, yes sir, the lit one.
Yeah, pull like cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes showing ass on camera. Ay, pull like cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes showing ass on camera. Lit on camera. The shit on camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. Lit on camera. The shit on camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. On camera. Popping out loud, no manners. Bitch getting geeked on camera. Now she ain't worried about shit. Go ahead, do it on camera. Yeah. Make it look way too easy. Shawty throw it back like a dancer. Fuck it up bad on camera. Yeah. Shawty popping ass on camera. Yeah. Falling off flex on the flash. All of these diamonds, they dance. Yeah. Look like a star on the cam. Yeah, she work that shit with no hands. Toss her back, catch the shit like a pass. Snap a pic when she post cause she bad. Brand new whip, hit the max, it don't last. Cop the shit cause I know that bitch fast. Yeah. All day and night going up, still teed up on camera. Yeah. Big drink, filled that cup, yeah, it's going down on camera. Yeah, popping bitch shit on camera, popping bitch shit on camera. Yeah, everything still on go, way too lit on camera. Pull like cell phone camera, bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera, hoes showing ass on camera. Ay, pull like cell phone camera, bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera, hoes showing ass on camera. Lit on camera, the shit on camera, yeah. On camera, yeah. On camera, yeah. Lit on camera, the shit on camera, yeah. On camera, yeah. On camera, way too easy. Stacked up beats like Yeezy. Yeah, racks all season. Trap all night, no sleepers. Yeah, iced out freezing. Spent that check, no reason. Throw it all night, ain't leaving. Big dog shit, no leash. Yeah. Whole click live on camera. Plays on plays like Bama. Don't sweat, I stay scheming. Still couldn't find no answer. Dropping that bag right now. Rocking that shit on camera. Go ahead and spark that shit. Gassed up live on camera. Dripping out swag, no limit. Stunting everywhere on camera. Yeah. Mix that walk with the loud. Pulled up a foe in the phantom. Now we ain't let shit down. Showing out bad on camera. Legendary lifestyle shit. Put the whole team on a banner. Pull like a cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes going ass on camera. Pull like a cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes going ass on camera. Lit on camera. This shit on camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. Lit on camera. This shit on camera. On camera. Yeah. On camera.
All right, everybody, we are back with JDon, man.
Sir.
Hey.
What's going on? What's going down?
And that was just on camera.
Yes, sir.
Man, you know what? We on camera right now. And you know what's crazy? My girl always be checking my camera. She be wanting to see, you know what I'm saying, checking my pictures. So needless to say, there's a lot of stuff that didn't happen on camera to me that I don't want my girl to see. I don't want my granny to see. I don't want nobody to see. Oh, shit, I think that might be her. See, I'm telling you, she is. That's it. So, I mean, tell us, walk us through, a moment like, you know what, when you got caught on camera doing something that you don't want everyone to know.
Oh, you know what? This has to be the biggest one. This has to be the biggest one. And I'm just let you know. All right, so y'all know that time when you wake up in the morning, sometimes your parents got breakfast cooked for you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 siblings that was in the house at that time. And my mom had just finished cooking breakfast and stuff like that. I was the last one to go in there. And it was nothing but just eggs left.
Whoa.
She cooked bread, she cooked toast, she cooked sausage, all the good stuff. And when I walked back in the kitchen, it was just nothing but eggs. And I was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So when I walked inside the kitchen, I turned around, I seen nothing but eggs. I'm hungry, so I'm finna eat some eggs. Yeah, I'm finna get me some eggs. And all the utensils was not washed at the time. So I could have easily just got a fork and washed it off and, fix me some little eggs. Because I don't care at this point. Y'all took all the food. It's fine. I'm finna just give me something. I don't care. And I get my hand. And I grab some of the egg. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I grab some, well, I eat some and then I go back again. I'm eating with my hands.
Oh, shit.
At this point, I'm like 11 to 12. I'm like 11 to 12. So I ain't no grown man just over here. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's I'm 11 to 12. I'm getting some eggs outside of the pan. And out of nowhere, my mom comes behind and she said, "What you doing?" And she got the phone up. And I'm like, "What you doing?" And I turned around and I'm just got this egg in my hand. And I said, man, because the reason why I say that is I try to be sneaky. You can't be sneaky, and she done caught me. So
on camera,
it just on camera with some eggs.
On camera
with some eggs. I mean, something simple as that. But I don't try to. I try my best to stay out the way and not do too nothing extra crazy and be on camera doing crazy stuff. But I actually got caught that time by my parents eat some eggs out of a pan with my hand.
And you will never live that down.
No, I won't.
You don't think so?
And she ain't gonna forget that either. So she ain't gonna forget that.
Shout out to D at the ministry podcast. So she said, my man said, by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
Yes,
for sure. We gonna eat. Come on, man. If I'm home, I'm waking up in the morning, I see some eggs over there or just anything. First of all, my brothers, they the truth. My brothers, they the truth. And I gotta
You got brothers.
Yeah, and I got
real brothers.
real
So
brothers.
like, so you've been holding this back. So this whole time, 40 minutes, we didn't know you had brothers.
Here's another thing. I got a big family. I got a real big family from the I got stepdad, stepmom, dad, mom, all that thing. So I'm the oldest out of all my siblings.
Damn.
I'm 27.
Okay.
Oldest out of all my siblings.
Well, I won't have any family fights with you. I come in peace.
They but yeah, I am the only child by my mom and my dad. The rest of them are, either on my mom's side or my dad's side. I have two brothers on my mom's side. One's Darion, he's 12, and then my other brother, he's in his 20s right now. His name Darren, which he's also a musician as well. He makes music. And then on my dad's side, I have a little sister, and I have 4 or 3 other brothers too. So, but yeah, I'm the oldest out of all of them.
You can tell you was just getting all mushy on the camera when you're talking about them. You know, it's just like, I got, I'm like, okay, all right, we get somewhere now. I like that. All right, okay, all right. So, so just like, what you said, it's time to eat.
Yeah.
And that's your approach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary, when it's time to eat, you're going to eat. Is it, as far as it in the rap game, just in the game of life and trying to get, and getting your goals.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if someone asks you right now, what's next for JDon?
What's next? And for me, that's the process that I'm really in right now. Pushing myself that's never going to stop for anybody. So for me, it's always trying to find different ways just to push myself. Like right now, even just going outside and seeing different people in the city of Dallas, just meeting different people or just going to different events and stuff like that, just putting myself out there. So I'm just steady growing with all that stuff. But yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna ask you this, this question that everyone is asked. So who is JDon? Someone asks you, who are you?
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
And that goes back to what I was saying. Steady finding I feel like everybody is always at some certain extent finding themselves in a way. With me, music has taught me a different, like I said, I go to life before I go to my music. And for me, I'm always growing. I've been through a lot of things. So that's steady teaching me different ways to live life. As far as me being a person, I'm a very down to earth person, but I'm always paying attention to stuff. You see JDon, you see me as a person, you always gonna be like, he thinking about something, or he trying to help others, or he's just trying to do just get to the next level. I've just been through so many things, man, and
all right, I can dig that. So what's your low point? What's been the lowest in your life? Because you talk about, and in your career.
Yeah. And that leads into me actually doing music. At the end of 2019, the pandemic is when I really started doing music, coming out of college. So yeah, man.
So the pandemic was your lowest point?
Yeah, when I was in college, it was right before the pandemic started, and I didn't have enough money to finish my last 2 semesters in college.
Wow.
And so I called my dad. There's always been that thought. Mom said, "Yo, go to college after high school. Go to college." And thank God, I was already into music. I already loved music, but financial things happened my last year, so I couldn't finish my last year of school. But my lowest point, I remember that was part of the reason, because I had just got an apartment at A&M Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
It's my last year, and I'm thinking, this is I'm about to get my degree.
Right.
I'm about to go play trombone in a symphony or something like that. And then, like I said, my last year happened. So my lowest point, I remember being in the room, and why does eggs always come back in the picture? Okay, so hear me out. I was in the room, and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, this is before my last year started, during like the summer, right before my senior year. And I'm in the room. I'm like, man, I don't got no money. I know, I'm not the type of person to try to depend on people. Even if my parents, I rarely ask them, for things like, yo, can I? They'll have to, in a sense, they'll have to come to me like, hey, do you need something? Because I don't ever go out of my way. But my lowest point, man, just sitting in the room. I was knowing I didn't have any funds to finish that last year, and knowing trying to figure out what was next, and talking to my parents and hearing them telling me, "Hey, you can come home. It's okay. You can come home and you can get yourself together before you do your next thing." Right before I came home, that's when I told my dad that, I like music. I do music. But my lowest point being just sitting in that room. I remember I had a box and I was just like hitting the box. Just like, man, like what I'm gonna do? Like how am I gonna finish? I don't want to let my parents down. And this was before I told them, like, because loans, you got FAFSA, you got
Yeah.
all that stuff that you trying to get you through college. But all that stuff I ain't had no more options really other than out of pocket. So they say come home, and that was like a light to my eyes. But that had to be the lowest point because people were talking about grief. How you gonna feel grief? How you gonna feel if you leave that place? Once you leave that place, all the work that you've done up until that point, the people who you've met. So with that being said, that was one of my lowest points because I had to, so to say, understand real life as what it
Yeah.
is. You can people say do this, say do that, but you actually gotta, you know, have everything or try to find a way to get it done.
And I want to speak on some things you said because I've had a similar moment.
Yeah.
It was I failed out of Grambling. Shout out to Grambling State University. I failed out 3 times. And if you have Pell Grant, you fail out, you can't get back in school. So how I tricked my family, I went out to Orlando. Long story short, I had that same moment. As things weren't working out there in Orlando, and I had to call and tell my grandmother, "Hey, man, pretty much I feel like a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't working out. I failed out of college. And you like same thing. Come home. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people don't need to hear that. Hey, you know what? It doesn't say come home. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Come home. Just like the Pokeball. Come get back in the Pokeball. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No,
so and that's a point of gravitation. And just like you said, so out of that hurt came healing, your music. So that is greatness that, you said that is a point. And shout out to D. She says, eggs must always signal a significant moment. She's also our internal non-PhD therapist. So we brought up the eggs. So, she has another question that it was about how do you feel when you don't get the recognition? Like, that's the next question. But tell us, that's for when you tell us about your low point in your career.
As far recognition, as far as
in your career, because she's in the music industry. But I would just say, what's the lowest point on is your music career? You've been in for 3 years?
Yeah, this is the start of my 2.5. This is the start of the 3rd year, really.
Okay.
So lowest point, I feel like a lot of people may go through, especially if it's something new to you, like creating music, you might go through a phase. For me, I know creating music is for the love of it. So doubt was never something that really took over my mind, so to speak. Like having doubt and stuff like that about what you're doing, that's never really crossed my mind or anything like that. So I've always been the type of person to just, like I said, motivation. A lot of things motivate me, and I'm not ever the type of person to try to doubt myself. Like this not gonna happen. This not gonna happen. Like I said, that goes back to my team as well, and how I was, and also how I was brought up. You gonna get it done. You gonna make it work however you're supposed to.
And that's cool, like because one thing that resonated that you said, you spoke a lot on failure, and that's why you see me cringe one time because everyone who knows me, I don't fail. My biggest eye-opening thing was when I had a IT shop and they had to close it down for money, and I felt like the biggest failure at that point.
Wow, yeah.
And that was my always fear. I ain't feared no man, feared nothing, but I feared failure.
Yeah.
And with that being your biggest fear, that holds you into a box in itself.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like you do things without failure with the confidence that you're going to get to the other side. You're going to get there.
Yeah.
And I seen that with you. You said your team has had those failures. So of course, do you think with your team and you experiencing failure, does that put you in a better position for the success that you're going to have? Because you got a great team, you got a management team. Shout out to TPC Records, the Penman Club management. You're here. You know what I'm saying? You got your own buzz. So you peaked at freaking 69. You know what I'm saying? Bro, how you stand? You know what I'm saying? Success is right there. See, so how, tell us about that.
And I have to say, a lot of people run from, I can say run from like acknowledging that you have failed. I feel like embracing the failure to me is one of the biggest things. Like if I fail at something, let's just say I make a song, right?
Mhm.
And I put it out and I expect something from it and it doesn't happen. And it just doesn't happen.
Right.
Some people call that failure because they feel like they failed themselves as what they thought was real good and it didn't happen. But that's, to me, there's another side to it. You can look at it as, okay, I put this out. I'm trying to gravitate towards people. And when you put it out, they're not really on it like you thought they would be.
Mhm.
Well, how about looking at it like, okay, what was it about that necessarily didn't gravitate to them? Or also, just because they didn't gravitate to it doesn't mean, all right, they don't like me. They don't like my sound. They don't like my music.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people can feel like that, and that's totally not the case. That's totally not the case. First off, being honest to yourself, and also listening, not having anybody just yes man around you, just saying yes, yes, that's good, that's good. So with failure, I feel like embracing it and understanding failure is the best thing that you can have, because also that's just part of being you. If you worried about failing, you're too worried about what other people gonna think.
That's how this world is. You know, why you think these big girls got girdles? They got
Yeah.
the BBLs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, seriously, and yeah, that's another thing. So it's just like, man, yo, just being yourself, understanding that it's there.
And that's what we see with you. You know, you came in, you have your own identity. No
Yeah.
one can tell you who you are. No one can knock you,
Yeah.
you know, off of who you are. And you know, and shout out to Sax and Cole Lit family. They are
Lit
killing,
family.
they killing it with the profile picture, man. Shout out, they got them bent over. We know y'all lit, man.
Oh,
like, look.
say,
But
nah,
they
yeah,
said,
them
gotta
go
trust the
crazy.
process.
Yeah, trust in the process. That, and like I say, a lot of people start at different places in their levels of trying to succeed or whatever they're doing. So the process is something we all have to understand. And patience,
Right.
to me, patience is very, very, it's a skill
Yeah.
that's overlooked, a skill that's not appreciated to oneself. Meaning uh if I'm not patient enough, I got to understand patience. Sometimes life happens and things don't happen when you want it to. We get mad, we fall back, start blaming it on other people when that's not the case. The process is something, for me, the process has always been like just
What
just
you've been
whatever
doing,
you
having
go, yeah,
faith.
whatever you go through. For me, the process is always like just a learning experience. That goes
Right,
back
that's
to the
what they were
failure. It's
saying,
just a
just-
learning experience. So the process for me is always just growing, never stopping, and that's big. That's what I'm big on anyway. So
All right,
just
so
enjoying the process,
that's a skill set.
enjoying the process.
That's different. That's definitely hard to do right there. So, you know, with you know, you just starting off, you're 3 years, you know, in this industry.
Yeah.
So what would you give any aspiring artist, you know, that's trying to come? How would you give back? You know, what would advice you would give, or your younger self, you know, when
Yeah.
you first started?
I love that question. I love that question. To my younger self, or just
Both.
I would say it's like it's I'm trying to put this into words. Basically, you don't ever want to tell yourself, just because of what you're going through or whoever you are, what your name is or where you came from, that you can't accomplish something, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. I'm the type of person, if anybody can do something, if I can do it, a lot of people can do it. I just want to say that because I came from a place where I've always thought, the people who've made it, I'm like, made it in a sense of being successful and reaching the next level. They have a name for themselves. I've always thought that was something that wasn't accessible, like something I couldn't do just because, maybe my family tried to get somewhere and they didn't do it, or I just always thought maybe those people just did something that I couldn't do, or maybe they had money that I didn't have or something like that. I just want to say none of that stuff is true. You can start from anywhere and do anything with your life. And I got to say, and the main thing for that is God. That's the main thing. I don't do anything without him. I feel like if you go any other direction or try to do something, you'll get somewhere, but where you getting to. So that's my main thing.
All right, man, you didn't turn this into church, man. I need to open up my Bible app.
Hey,
So
say straight up. Well, that's where. But you talk to my mom. You better not leave God out. You better not use it. No, but straight up, that's exactly how I am, man. And that's what it is. Where it start from. That's where
Wow.
everything branches on. You start that all the way into everything you talk about, everything you do.
So
That's
what's your
how I feel
favorite
comfortable.
scripture?
I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me.
Wow. That's one of mine too. You know, I like that. That shows
I say that
your
every
faith.
day.
Wow.
Every day. But yeah, man, I just want to say that because the process, all that stuff, having the faith, having trusting in yourself, it takes having faith and understanding yourself to get through that process. Because if you're going off of what, people that what they say, maybe you got some homies or anything like that, like they telling you, hey, let's do this, let's do that. You can get caught up in the process by trying to do other things. So it's about staying down to who you are, staying for what you know right from wrong, doing what you got to do. So.
All right. So right now, I want to know, what you jamming? What's your playlist? If we, get on your iPhone or get in the car with you, what's playing in the whip?
Like I mentioned, Drake. I ain't gonna lie, Drake. He got different feels from the Afro stuff. You gonna hear me listening to. I listen to a lot of crunk music, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You said crunk or
a
crunk?
lot of crunk, a lot of crunk music. Like you gonna get some Future. You gonna get some Babyface Ray, Roddy Rich. You gonna get man, there's so many people. And then you go to the love, so you got Party Next Door. You got man, and the producers putting out songs too, like DJ Khaled. They putting out albums, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a combination of a lot of people. It's not one of those playlists where you look up and just one.
All right.
I can do the damn. What do you do? I can't do that, but nah.
Yes,
I try. I know what you do. I can't do all that.
Yes, sir.
You catch me in the video. My videos, you gonna see a little something. I can do some, but ain't
a little salsa.
Yeah, ain't no dance person.
Hey, gangsters don't dance, but all they do is jig. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a jig for sure. Matter of fact, when I remember being 4 years old. It was everybody around me inside of a house, and it's my 4th birthday party, and everybody just around me, and I'm just sitting there just jigging. They like, hey, they used to call me Peanut.
Okay.
I don't know. It's life for the party, whatever. Even at, I ain't gonna. But yeah, man, yeah, that's for sure.
Let me see. I got that jigger juice. Oh, I say, look, we got some song. We got Hurricane. Look, everybody got that jigger juice. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, one thing about, we be lit, man. So that's good that you life for the party. So I'm gonna ask you this. So what was, you've done some performances, right? Mm-hmm. So what was your first performance like?
My first performance, I was in Arkansas with DJ Kane. Shout out to DJ Kane at 96.5 The Box. Shout out to him. I was able to, that was my first time performing. It was a single that I collabed with somebody named Quincy Thompson. He couldn't be there at the time, but I was able to perform the song. It was a festival for a bunch of kids. And I was there, and they told me I was going to be performing before I even got there. But at first it was just kind of a network thing, show up for the kids, JDon, see who he is and stuff like that. He told me, but right before I got there, he was like, you're going to be performing.
Oh.
And it's my first performance ever. And I'm like, all right, cool. Perform the song. But when I got up there, like as a mind you, it's my first time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking in, I'm like, see all these kids, but they already set.
Yeah.
I think they finna walk in, they all playing around. Like, everybody gather, everybody come in.
You don't want to answer the party.
Man, they was already set and everything. Like, I'm talking about, it was a whole bunch of people just sitting. It was in a gym.
Wow.
And he's like, we got JDon in here. And, they called me to the front. But my first time performing, it was at that festival. And I ain't gonna lie, that's when I tap into myself the most. That's when I learned that I tap into myself the most is performing. Because, like, it was just very natural. I don't know, man. What I expected might happen didn't happen. That goes, can't overthink stuff, man. I just Have fun.
Our
So.
brains, our minds are sometimes our worst enemy. But shout out to you for being able to go to Arkansas, and perform. Because I thought I'd have got shot at with the Crips and the Bloods going on down there, man. It's so crazy down there.
I ain't.
He's like, nah,
I ain't even heard about that over in Arkansas. I know it is, but yeah, everywhere you go, but
Little Rock. So as long as you stay out of Little Rock, it was okay. So I mean, Kenny, before we end this show, what song did you perform? How they say if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Close us out with your
stay
song.
ready. Don't have to get ready. The song was called Right Time.
That's
at the time. It was Right Time.
Do a little freestyle for us. A part verse.
Quincy was on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the right time. I don't want to waste your time, but tonight I'm gonna take my time.
Okay. So you got JDon with the smooth moves and the voice, man. Look, hey.
Keeping in time, yeah. Sure.
All right, so shout out to Sax Cold Lit family. They say we got a collab. So definitely drop y'all. We see y'all YouTube. He's gonna
link with me.
There. Yeah,
link with me, man. I'm all about collabing. I feel like that's where we come together and connect, man, and make great stuff happen instead of just making stuff on your own. So yeah, definitely.
All right, so as we get ready to get up out of here, where can they find you? How can someone book you? How can someone know about you?
Yes. First of all, once again, I go by the name of JDon out of Dallas, Texas, on all social medias, on all platforms. I'm talking about TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all that. Find me at J_DON11. That's the letter J_DON11. J_Don11. And then on all music platforms, you can find me at J_Don, J_DON.
All right, cool. So, just like we do all interviews, artists, you got to close us out. So
yeah.
Definitely look in the camera, let everybody know, and just get us off the show, man.
Hey, man, it's your man, JDon. We are at STWF Studios, and I just want to appreciate everybody that was rocking with us. Had a great time. Not our last time. We're going to be back. So, peace.
Pull like a cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes showing ass on camera. Ay, pull like a cell phone camera. Bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera. Hoes showing ass on camera. Lit on camera. The shit on camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. On camera. Yeah. Lit on camera. The shit on camera. On camera. Yeah. On camera. Ay. Popping out loud, no manners. Bitch getting geeked on camera. Nah, she ain't worried about shit. Go ahead, do it on camera. Yeah. Make it look way too easy. Shot it, throw it back like a dancer. Fuck it up bad on camera. Yeah. Shot it, popping ass on camera. Yeah. Ballin' up flex on the flash. All of these diamonds, they dance. Yeah. Look like a star on the cam. Yeah, she work that shit with no hands. Toss her back, catch the shit like a pass. Snap a pic when she post cause she bad. Brand new whip, hit the max, it don't lag. Cop the shit cause I know that bitch fast. Yeah. All day and night going up, still teed up on camera. Yeah. Big drink, fill that cup, yeah, it's going down on camera. Yeah, poppin' bitch shit on camera, Yeah, everything still on go, way too lit on camera. Pull like a cell phone camera, bitches going down on camera. Showing out bad on camera, hoes showing